Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today, what I do have in here is Game of Thrones. Apparently, Kingsroad. This is supposed to be kind of an online RPG. Alright, so which is quite interesting. It seems like it's online cooperative, but also single player. But almost feels like an MMORPG, but it is a single player game, alright, with online cooperative game. So this is built in using Unreal Engine, and I'm starting on with the obviously with the 1080p low settings while using FSR free on its quality mode, and performance it is pretty good. In fact, we can get 60 frames per second. There is a stutter here and there from time to time, but we get shader compilations at the beginning of the game, but it doesn't get all the shaders, so you do get some stuttering here and there, but nothing special to be honest. But yeah, the game runs pretty well at 1080p low settings with FSR free on its quality mode, but well, it also looks pretty bad. I think that looking to the requirements of this game, they specify that you need a minimum of a GTX 1060 with 6 GB of VRAM, but honestly, the game doesn't consume too much VRAM in my opinion, so I know that I'm trying the game at the low settings, but if I had to play this game by myself, I would probably, if I had to create a custom setting, in fact, I would definitely raise the texture quality to high, or even to highest, because I don't think that VRAM is an issue in this game. I do think that the high textures are a big improvement over the low textures, but I'm here just trying presets just to have an idea how it performs. And yes, the low settings does perform above 60 frames per second with no issues whatsoever. Although my recommended preset for this game it is for you to go with the median preset, or also called balanced. By this you get a much less popping in my opinion. Shadows looks good, but they also look good at the low settings in my opinion. And you get kind of a, what I do call like a very good minimum for you to enjoy, because the low settings, yeah, there is a lot of popping and stuff appearing and disappearing. It doesn't, look good. Although the balance, it does look pretty good, but unfortunately for us, it does drop below 60 frames per second during gameplay moments, and cutscenes can drop as low as, for example, 40 to 45. Cutscenes are not really that important, but yeah, during gameplay, if you want to have some stable 60 frames per second, I would recommend you to try to balance a little bit in between the low and medium settings, and even if necessary, I would go as further as drop FSR free from its quality mode to balance mode to ensure those 60 frames per second. Alright, so I also did try the game with the high settings with FSR free on its quality mode, but the performance was disastrous. So I was getting just 30 frames per second, sometimes lower. So I immediately gave up. So you can check all of these settings throughout the rest of the video, and if you want to skip to one of those sections, there is links or timestamps in the description of the video. So as usual, I also tried the game at 1440p and also 4K, where 1440p low settings with FSR free on its balanced mode, I do get an experience overall around 60, but yeah, it does drop to 50 sometimes. And with the median settings, I got around 40 frames per second. So if you want to target 30 frames per second, 1440p median settings with FSR free on its quality mode does offer that option. But I always feel more comfortable to play at 60 frames per second. So if you are stuck with a 4K screen, there is also an option for you to play this game. So you can play the game with the low settings and FSR free on its performance mode, and your experience will be around 40 frames per second. Very playable in my opinion. Alright. So this is a little bit the resume, what you can expect throughout the rest of the video. So I think that's all that I want to talk about this. Keep in mind that this is a Steam Fest demo. The game, it is supposed to be launching on the second quarter of 2025, of this year of course. So a lot of stuff it is subject to change, so the game might get more demanding, less demanding, graphical options and stuff might change, who knows. but this is mostly what you can expect about the game. And despite the game says that the minimum is it is a GTX 1060 with 6 GB, usually when this happens it means that the game actually do really require 6 GB of VRAM to run. Let me just tell you that VRAM, it is actually not an issue this time around. And also, I mean, the 1060 can definitely run this game at 60 frames per second with the those settings, just like we are also being able to play it just fine. So those minimums are for 60 at low settings and FSR free on its quality mode. Alright, and I think that's all that I want to talk about Game of Thrones Kingsroad. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
This isn't just a raiding party. Brennan's Rest could be next. No time to waste. Gavin was right. They've overrun the village. Even one of them makes it back to Mance with word on the watch, and the wall's doomed. An old man. The Then must have thought he'd been around long enough to know about the watch. Poor thing's blood's frozen her in place. It's not luck, at least.
Come back for your cart, did you? What? You're not that cow's escort, but I'll gut you just the same.
Let's see what you look like on the inside. Finish it then. Need.
The peddler. Lark won't last long with this lot. I need to find her.
Got ourselves a wildling killer here, boys. Ha! I'll enjoy this. This one's mine.
No crows to save you here.
Scream for me, Kneeler. I've laid with women tougher than you.
What have you done to Lark?
The girl? Oh, I've already had my fill of her. Or maybe I haven't. Maybe I want you to watch. Crows will need an army to push us back north once we get more men. Of course, from what the girl tells me, they don't have an army to send. Nuts will cut through that wall of yours like piss and snow. If I had proper steel, you'd be dead. Let's go see the girl, eh? Must be scared up there all alone. Wonder how loud she'll scream. Think you'll hear her down here? Maybe you'll find her still warm. Then she can watch as I cut out your heart.